Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician's channel. And today on Tool Talk episode 22, I think, I'm just going to be going over my impacts, my impact driver and my half-inch drive impact. And then I'm going to go over the impact that I'm probably going to get for work. I already have pneumatic impacts, so these are just the ones I'm going to consider for my cordless impacts, for the easier jobs. And I don't want to use my pneumatic tools as often. You want to be as quick as possible, so that's what I'm getting to. But I'm just going to go over the different features of the impacts that I have, the batteries, the attachments, and all their features basically. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to try and keep it pretty short, but we'll see how that goes. And we're coming up on 1,000 subscribers, so make sure if you have any friends that are interested in either tools or project cars, maybe suggest them to follow the channel, and we will get to 1,000 subscribers and we will do another gift giveaway, this one being a little bit better, or maybe a little bit more expensive on my part, but I'm happy to do it because you guys are great. I love your guys' comments and all of your support, so thank you so much. Let's get into this. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna start off, I think, first by going over the batteries, just quick information. I don't know about you guys, but if you're around Texas or Arizona, it's getting pretty damn hot here already. It's a little warm in my garage. Anyways, let's get on to the batteries. So, as you guys know, I have the 20 volt max impacts, and these are the batteries. These are the 20 volt max XR lithium ion. This is actually a 4 amp hour battery. I know they have a 5 amp hour battery, but I think they might have one larger than that as well. But these 4 amp hour batteries work great for me. I have 2 of them. I bought my half-inch drive impact with the 2 batteries, the case, and the charger, I believe for around $200, so it was a pretty damn good deal. And then I got this one just by itself. I think you can get it by itself for like $100. And if I would have bought this as the kit with the 2 batteries, and that they're about the same. I think it was a little bit more expensive. I did it the way that I was saving a little bit of money. But I'm also looking at getting another one because this half-inch drive one, this is the one that I'll probably keep at home, whereas this 1/4-inch driver is probably the one that I'm going to take to work, because this one is a little bit more, how do I want to put it? I can't even think of the word. Basically, you can do more things with it than just this half-inch drive impact. But to start out, this is a 4 amp hour battery. It takes about 40 minutes to an hour to charge, which is actually really good. You can also get these in different sets with different batteries, like 2 amp hour batteries, and they do run cheaper. So if you're trying to spend less money and you're just a do-it-yourselfer at home, you don't necessarily need the 4 amp hour batteries. You can get by with the smaller ones. So you can keep one charged all the time. When you're using the other one, when it goes dead, you can switch it out. And by the time the other battery goes dead, the other one's already ready to go. Because the smaller batteries only take about 30 minutes. And these take about 40 to an hour, which is still really good compared to back in the day when it used to take a few hours to charge a battery. Also, if you want to go cheaper, they do have the 18 volt DeWalt impacts, which I believe are a little bit cheaper. They aren't as compact, but yeah. So besides that, these batteries are made in Malaysia. It's weird because DeWalt has stuff made from all over the place. So the batteries are made in Malaysia. The battery length, if you're just a do-it-yourselfer, one of these 4 amp hour batteries will probably last you over a couple projects, actually, depending on your project, how long it takes you. But like my engine teardown and stuff, and working on my car a while back, one of these batteries probably lasted me a couple days. But if you're a professional technician, you're probably going to go through at least 1 battery a day, if not 2 or more. But I would say 1 battery is good for about a day. But if it's not, I always have another one. What else? Before moving on to that, I want to get into, one second. I remember what I wanted to cover. Sorry, I had to take a minute to think about it. Another thing on the batteries before I move on to the actual tools and stuff. These batteries are pretty nice because they do have a little battery light indicator. You can press and hold this button right here. It actually shows you the life of the battery. It's pretty nice. I think they're both fully charged, yeah. So, I thought that was a great feature. I think I'm gonna start off with the 1/2-inch drive impact. So, this one is made in Mexico actually. And it's still a really nice impact, but I think I'm gonna keep this one here at home. So, this one made in Mexico. It is a brush operated motor. It's not brushless. So the life of these usually don't last quite as long as a brushless motor impact. So it ranges from 0 to 2300 RPM. It's got a 3-year limited life warranty. It does have a detent pin. You guys know there's 2 different options. There's the detent pin and then the hog ring. Not really sure which one I like more. I think I like the hog ring more. 1 second. So, like I was saying, I think I like the hog ring more than the detent pin just because when you put a socket on and you actually put it on the correct way, it's fine. It works really well, holds the socket really well. But the problem is if you're trying to work in a hurry or move pretty fast, it can be a pain in the ass to get the socket off. Sometimes you actually have to use a pin to push in on the detent pin and pull the socket off, which can really take some time. The only bad thing about hog rings are they can wear out, you can bind them, they can go bad. Well, obviously, so can a detent pin, but I've heard that hog rings go bad usually a little bit quicker than the detent pin, but the detent pin allows you to switch sockets much faster. But this one's got the detent pin. It is a plastic body, but it does have a nice rubber molding over it, and it's very comfortable in the hand. The reason I like these 20-volt maxes is because they're super compact. You can get into tighter spaces than a very large impact. I'm actually still getting used to using impacts and impact drivers because when I was a kid growing up, didn't really have them. When my dad did get one, it was a cord operated one. It wasn't a cordless. It was really strong, but it was also big and bulky. But that was quite a while ago. So I'm still getting used to using impacts. Sometimes I forget I even have them. I'm like, oh, I could have got this job done a lot faster. So I'm still kind of forcing myself to use these whenever possible. Obviously, I don't do them, or anybody else should never use them to start bolts. You should always still start your bolt. Make sure you're not going to cross thread anything. But besides that, what other information do I have on these? The DeWalt 20-volt maxes, they are all variable speed triggers, meaning you can go slow or faster. All depends on how hard you squeeze the trigger, whereas some, it's just full on or full off. It does have the 3 LEDs, which are pretty damn bright, great for small little dark areas where you're trying to get to. You can just click the button, you don't even have to run it, and the lights will stay on for 20 seconds. There's a 20-second delay, which is really nice. I really like that. So, besides that, this by itself, I believe, runs around $130. It is the DCF Delta Charlie Foxtrot 880. It runs around $130 by itself, or with the 2 batteries, the charger, and the case, it runs $200 to $250, depending on where you find it at. It has a torque rating of 1,824 inch-pounds or 152 foot-pounds, which is pretty decent for a compact impact like this. That's also one of the reasons I wouldn't use it at the shop or in the professional environment, just because I need a little bit more power there. But I'll tell you why I'm going with the 1/4-inch driver over this one when I get to that. Runs 0 to 2300 RPM, but other than that, that's all there is to it. It's extremely comfortable. Everything that I've done here at home with it, granted, I've had it for almost a year, maybe 6 months to a year, and I've used it, maybe 24 times. I'm extremely happy with it. It's done everything that I've needed it to do. Granted, I don't use it on a daily basis, but for a do-it-yourselfer, this one is great. Now, moving into the 1/4" DeWalt XR impact driver. It is a brushless. It is made in USA with global materials. So they got to put USA on here. It was assembled in the USA or made in the USA, but it used too many parts from different parts of the world to actually just put made in USA. Still a really good product. Same material, plastic with the rubber. Feels really good in the hand. This one runs about $100 by itself, like I stated, or I think it's around $200 to $250 as well for the 2 batteries, the charger, and the case. Same features as far as the lighting goes, 3 LEDs, 20-second delay. Now, one thing I do like about these, over some of the competitors, some of them, when you're going to put your attachment bit in, you actually have to pull the release in order to get it in and get it out. This one, you can quickly just put it in and it's locked in. You don't have to pull it or anything. The only time you need to is when you're pulling it out. So I like that, saves you a lot of time. So as far as the quick release, it's a really nice feature. It is brushless, so its life is about 40 times longer than a non-brush brushless unit. What else? It has the variable speed trigger as well. It's very compact. But now, like I stated, this one has about, 152 foot-pounds, and this one is 125 foot-pounds or 1,500 inch-pounds. So it's very close to the 1/2" one. So that's why I kind of want to take it to my work box instead of that one, because it's pretty damn close. And my other one that I'll be purchasing can do the heavier stuff. Another reason I like this is because it has 3 levels. Your number 1 is basically you can use it as a drill. Very light, I think it's 0 to 400 RPM. Let me double check. I don't want to be giving you guys wrong information. 0 to 1000 RPM. And then the second level is 0 to 2800 RPM, and full power is 0 to 3250 RPM. So it's pretty strong for the compact size and it being a 1/4" drive impact. Other than that, that's about it. They are both the 20-volt maxes. I think I prefer this one over the 1/2". So, like I stated, this one will be staying at home. This one will be going to work because it can be used on multiple different types of jobs. And after I show you all my attachments and sockets, I'll get into the one that I think I'll be purchasing for my heavier duty stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna try and move this along because this has already lasted a little bit longer than I wanted it to, and I don't want to bore you guys to death. Sorry. So I just want to kind of go over, so here's the 1/2" one that I'll be keeping at home. Here's my 1/2" impact socket. It's a gear wrench impact socket as well. There's a hole drilled in the side of an impact socket, and that hole lines up with this detent pin. When aligned, it really holds that socket on there. And sometimes you can't get it on or off, or I should say off, without a pin, but you can. It might be a little bit easier on the detent pin if you push it in with a rod, but a lot of people don't have time for that. So it is possible to install and put on without a pin. But the reason I really like this is because you can put basically any size on there, and it works great, especially for removing anything small in the engine bay and stuff. Obviously, you're not going to be using this on like suspension and stuff like that. It just doesn't have the power for it. But a lot of your more common jobs, you can use this quite a bit, and I'm still getting used to using it as much as I should. But one thing I do want to mention, don't use these normal adapters on your impact. Did that once, twisted the thing right in half. I did pick up these clutch adapters of all three sizes, 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. And what's nice about them is they actually have a quick release on them. So when you install it in the impact driver, put your socket on. Well, that doesn't work very well now, does it? But you gotta line it up. But what's really nice is there's no fuss or anything about it. You just unlock it and it's locked. As long as you have that hole lined up with the ball on the attachment, you're good to go. You want to make sure you do that because you don't want to be doing something and your socket fly off your impact. That's very dangerous and you can lose stuff. I didn't think I was going to be able to show you guys the actual 1/4 inch attachment because I didn't have any 1/4 inch impact sockets, and I don't like to use normal sockets on an impact, even when it's something like this small impact driver. But I realized I picked up that 10mm gear wrench set that comes with impact sockets of 10mm, and it actually comes with a 10mm 1/4 inch drive little socket. And what's nice is it's magnetic. So, gotta line it up. So it's pretty nice. These clutch attachments run up around 20 or 25 if I remember correctly. I don't think they're any more than 25. But the reason I like this one is because it's so versatile. It's good for all around basically everything except for your super large jobs. But don't want to spend too much time on that. Obviously you guys know what to use on an impact, what not to use. I just want to explain basically the specifications of these impacts. Now I have some information on the one impact that I am looking at getting from DeWalt. It is their larger 1/2 inch drive impact. Not like this one, it's the full size one, but it is the XR series, and it is actually quite powerful for a cordless impact. Another reason I'm going with this one is because it's also a 20-volt max impact, so I can use these batteries. I'll probably buy one more battery, but other than that, I don't want to be buying things where I have to have multiple different chargers and batteries for all my tools. I want to stick to mainly as few as possible. So the part number is Delta Charlie Foxtrot 899 Hotel Bravo. It's the 1/2 inch drive, 20-volt max XR. It runs around $200 by itself. So I think they go up to $250, but you can find them for $200. It is a brushless, just like my 1/4 inch driver. It does have the hog ring, which I like. It actually has 700 foot-pounds and 1,200 foot-pounds of braking power. So that initial pull of the trigger, you get 1,200 foot-pounds, which to me, that seems quite powerful for a cordless impact. I think I'll be extremely happy with it. I've read a lot of reviews. It seems like a really nice impact. It also features the 3 LEDs with the 20-second delay. The 3 speeds, the number 1 speed is 0 to 400 RPM. The second is 0 to 1200 RPM, and the third is 0 to 1900 RPM. So it might be lower than these, but it has a lot more torque. So that's basically all the information I have on it, but I will post a picture of it so you guys can get an idea of what I'm looking at. If you have any other options, even though I'm trying to stick to DeWalt and the 20-volt max, your opinions are still much appreciated. I still like looking into things that you guys really like, and if you have any things that I should stay away from, also please leave that in the comment section. Maybe some subscribers that are looking at buying impacts will take this information into account when they go looking, and maybe you guys have some feedback for others to prevent them from buying a crappy impact. But that's basically it as far as my impacts here at home and what I'm looking at getting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up And comment if you have any suggestions or questions, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hopefully soon we'll hit that 1,000 mark, or 1,000 subscriber mark, and we can do another gift giveaway. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.